Hey guys, Zotek here. Fnatic plays more Overpass than any other team in the top 10, and a large reason for their confidence really stems from one player, Brollan. He is an incredible force on Overpass, so today we're going to take a look into how he likes to play the map in one of their recent matches versus Big. Brollan is kind of a methodical player. He doesn't tend to make a lot of hyper-aggressive plays on his own, but on that same note, he's not really afraid to charge right into the enemy team either. So with that said, let's get right down to it. Here we are, Fnatic versus Big, Overpass, Brollan's POV, the analysis. So on Pistol, we actually are going to get a chance to see one of the few times he likes to go incredibly aggressive. You'll see him leading the charge here. This is largely spawn-based, but he's not afraid to be the first person into the bomb site either. Relentless aggression, doesn't stop moving, completely swarms over the bomb site, whiffs a couple of shots there, but this just goes to highlight that in spite of being one of the more methodical players on Fnatic, he's very much willing to just run straight into a bomb site if he knows his teammates have his back. So Fnatic ended up losing the pistol round, but you'll still see Brollan defaulting toward this A bomb site even on buy rounds most of the time. And what he likes to do is he likes to get on top of this slide here and spot to see if anyone's in the party area. He has sort of a jump, he jumps up once and then he jumps and strafes out just to see if anyone's strafing around there. He spots Searson, jumps again just to see if he's still there. He is, so Brolan's going to try to hunt him down. Wide swings, but doesn't manage to connect the shot. So Fnatic ended up losing their first buy round, putting them back on Eco. And this round is really going to highlight Brolan's patience and how methodical of a player he really is. This is a situation where, in spite of things being quite chaotic around him, he's going to exhibit a lot of patience. So let's dive right into it. So as you can see, Fnatic not on the best of buys, Brollan just with the deagle, he jumps out, and I'll make a quick note before we go on here. You'll notice that Brollan, because he had this first spawn, is able to beat the Molotovs. In many situations, if he doesn't have that spawn, he's going to burn a flash over the wall here, or maybe even a smoke on the Molotov to get out safely. But since he has that initial spawn, he can cross with relative ease. Alright, so here we go. And you see this right here. Not really overcommitting. He's waiting. He's not rushing ahead. So often you'll see players in this exact situation pushing up into the playground area, trying to go for quick flanks and quick plays. Brollan just very calm, very stationary, just waiting to see what happens. And this is kind of a hallmark of his playstyle on Overpass. And then of course he hits the nice shot here. A nice flick onto Tabson, but what are you going to do? It's later in the round, as they start working up onto the bomb site, that we can really see Brollan's patience yet again. Not overcommitting, he tries to pick up the gun as his teammate goes to plant. But the flash comes in, and instead of taking the fight into the bathroom area there, Brollan very smartly just tucks himself away, decides to wait things out, and not give Tizian even the slightest chance back into the round. Now, he has an MP9, he doesn't have armor, he's not exactly has a lot to save for, right? He's most likely going to upgrade the following round anyway. So it's perfectly fine for him to have swung there, but he doesn't. And this again just highlights Brolan's priority in most of these rounds. Play safe, play secure, and guarantee maximum efficiency. Alright, so here we have Brollan going toward the A side of the map again. He did not have the first spawn, so he's going to have to burn that smoke. We talked about this in the previous round. Brollan loves to get out here into this playground area and then just wait, listen. He doesn't overextend a lot. You'll see players like Device in these situations. Device likes to come up here early round and then jiggle over here. Brollan doesn't. He likes to play nice, back, and very solid, safe counter-strike. And you see him again there doing that jump over the ladder. Pay attention as well how methodically he's clearing these angles. He's very aware that someone could have pushed up during that time that he's in here. He's very much aware that someone could have gone down here, even been in this area at this point. So the execute coming in from Fnatic. Brollan spots the player jumping to the right, manages to take him out. So nice shot on his part. Gets the trade as well on Xantares, and a quick Molotov to block off the ramp area. So what you're going to notice here is that in spite of having the bomb, Brollan still posts up on this angle, and that seems quite simple. That seems quite simple at first glance. However, it's one of the things that people mess up on a lot. You don't have to rush the plant, particularly if players are on the bomb site already shooting at you or your teammates. It's often okay, or even better, to take that extra couple of seconds, fight out the round, get into a good position, and then plant the bomb. So Brollan picks up his 3rd kill on the round, and now he's in a 2 versus 2 post-plant situation. You see this a lot on Fnatic, where the 2 players in post plants over on B like to come from this short area. Flusha does that a lot, Brollan no exception to this rule. Obviously it's something they to some extent have gone over. Nice little retake Molotov, just stopping anyone from defusing right away. Flashing his teammate in, JW blind, taken out by Searson. But Brollan, too good, picks up the AK off the ground and gets the ace. To kind of do a quick recap on that round, right, we see Brollan doesn't have the best spawn toward A, still defaults there, but since he doesn't have that best spawn, uses his utility. The next thing we see is his very methodical play from the playground area. Jump spots, is aware that he doesn't see anybody in party, so now very cautious that someone could be pushed up close. And when it comes time to the B execute, he just hits some nice shots. Trades off of Crims here. Centaurus goes down. Holds the off angle. And then wins the subsequent 2 versus 1. But some nice utility. Obviously just a quick lineup. Something they've practiced to some extent. Another flash for JW. Searson gets blind. Hits the shot anyway. But Brollan too good. Obviously forgot a little bit about where he planted, but, you know, at the end of the day, everybody makes mistakes. So here we have yet another round where Brollan is going to default toward A, but this time instead of using a smoke for the Molotov because he sees that it doesn't land, he's going to throw a flash. Has the smoke out, but when the Molotov doesn't pop, flashes himself out and then jumps across. Very methodical play, doesn't take anything for granted. We actually saw this when we did the analysis on Mirage, that Grim was quite lazy against the cat jump, not really accounting for every possibility at all times. Players like Brollan, they're not going to make those same mistakes. Very methodical and playing safe at all times. This round highlights Brollan's desire to move second. It's a very patient round on his part. Again, defaulting toward this A area. Not really too concerned. He has the best spawn, so he's okay just jumping out fast. And this is more how you'll see a device play. This very aggressive playground push. Brollan typically, as we've seen so far, likes to play more back and more safety first, methodical type gameplay. So here we have Brollan. He's going to be working toward this playground area. I'll speed it up a little bit. He nets a couple of kills this round. One of them on the connector guy or maybe the bathroom guy. So connector guy, I'm not sure what Searson was doing there, looking there. But after Brollan gets this kill, pay attention to how the round plays out. It's a 5 versus 2, and he could be falling back to group up with his teammates. But now that he knows that it's very likely the other player starts to save, look at what he does. He doesn't go to hunt them down. Instead, he stays back, stays very calm, and waits for the opponent to make a mistake. He's not trying to force the issue. And so we'll speed this up a little bit into 4 times the speed. But as you can see, he's not really moving. He's stayed in this area. He's covering his bases. You could have got timing here, but ends up killing Tapson from behind. So very, very smooth, almost effortless gameplay we've seen in all of these rounds. Short of the round, he's hit some nice shots. Obviously, he's one of the best players in the world, where he hit the nice flick shot on Tapson, and then he hit the, he hit the good shot on the guy at Tree. But in general, this has been very effortless play, right? He pinned the guy into the side of Monster. Here, I'll pause it so I don't want to... he pinned the guy into the side of Monster, got it. Traded out onto Xantares. Held the angle on someone peeking into him here. Spammed him through a smoke, right? The eco round, he killed someone from behind. right? It's this very effortless, just positional, methodical gameplay. And while Brollan has incredible aim and amazing mechanics, he hasn't really had to use them that often because he's positionally outplaying Big to such an extent. Brollan finishes the first half 19-9. The rest of the half, not a lot happens. He already had 16 kills at that point, those last 5 or 6 rounds. But in general, that is his approach to the T side of Overpass. He will default toward this playground area. Once he has control of that, he will very methodically make sure no one's coming through here, flash over as needed, clear this area, and it's quite rare that he'll push up further without a teammate. In fact, one of the rounds, we didn't show this, but one of the few rounds he did go without a teammate, he actually got traded 1-for-1. So in general, Brollan loves to play this very methodically and very passive. And in these post-plant Bs, he likes to wrap around this direction, but he's not afraid to sit still and wait for the enemy team to make a mistake first. That's T-side, that's sort of his approach, this very methodical, patient, always move second approach that he brings to Overpass. And it's really this idea of moving second that is so unique to him. Tomorrow we're going to be taking a look at his CT side on Overpass and really some of the things he does on the defensive end. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all the support I've been getting. I'm going to be pumping out content every single day, some analysis videos, highlights, tips and tricks, all of it. So thank you guys so much, and until next time, peace.